You've been told to chase, to flatter, to impress. You've been sold the lie that attraction is a game of gimmicks, sweet talk, or flashy appearances. But what if I told you there's something deeper, something older than any pickup line, something carved into the stone of ancient wisdom? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." And in that one sentence lies the secret to turning her on in 2 minutes, without touching her, without a word, without even trying. Because real attraction, raw, magnetic, undeniable attraction, doesn't come from pretending to be someone you're not. It comes from presence, from power, from the silent intensity of a man who has mastered himself. This isn't about tricks, it's about transformation. Stoicism, often misunderstood as cold or emotionless, is actually the most seductive force a man can wield. A force that pulls her in like gravity. You don't win her, she chooses you. And she chooses you because you've chosen yourself. Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to learn will reshape the way women see you, forever. Let's begin. Number 1, the power of silent confidence, the unspoken desire. Trigger. There's something almost hypnotic about a man who walks into a room and says nothing, yet everyone feels him. He doesn't fidget, doesn't seek approval, doesn't explain himself. That man isn't loud, but he is heard. That's silent confidence, and it's a weapon. From a Stoic perspective, this is the embodiment of inner mastery. When you walk in silence, yet radiate certainty, you're broadcasting a signal louder than words ever could. I don't need to prove myself. I already know who I am. Women are biologically wired to respond to dominance. Not aggression, but calm, grounded dominance. In psychology, this is referred to as nonverbal assertiveness. A calm, unshaken demeanor communicates safety, strength, and self-sufficiency. All primal signals of a man worth following, trusting, desiring. Think about James Bond. He doesn't chase. He waits. He observes, he speaks less and watches more. That's not laziness, that's control. He knows that silence creates mystery, and mystery ignites curiosity. Stoics like Epictetus believed in owning your reactions, not being owned by them. So when you feel the urge to impress her, stop. Just be. Let your calm be your attraction. Let your silence become her obsession. Here's the trick. The next time you're near a woman you're attracted to, say less. Hold eye contact a moment longer. Don't force a smile. Just observe. Make her feel watched, not pursued. In that moment, you're no longer a man trying to get her. You're the mystery she wants to unlock. This is how you turn her on, in 2 minutes or less. Number 2, control your energy. The law of emotional containment. Most men lose the game before it even begins, because they leak energy. Nervous laughs, fidgeting hands, eager smiles, seeking validation in microdoses. All of it screams one thing: I'm not in control of me. And if you can't control yourself, she won't feel safe surrendering to you. The Stoics taught that emotional control is not repression, it's redirection. You don't hide your fire, you focus it. The ancient philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Why? Because most men react instead of responding. When a man learns to sit with his emotions, to observe them, hold them, and not act on them impulsively, he becomes rare. And that kind of rarity turns women on deeply. It signals maturity, presence, and power. Imagine a woman testing you, flirting, then pulling away, being hot and cold. The average man panics. He tries harder. He gets needy. But the Stoic man, he stays grounded, unmoved. He sees her chaos as a storm and becomes her calm. That contrast drives her wild. Here's what to do. Slow your breathing when you're around her. Ground your feet. Speak 30% slower than you normally would. Don't chase her energy. Hold your frame. Let her rise to meet your pace. You see, women aren't turned on by excitement alone. They crave stability inside the storm. And when she senses that nothing she says or does can shake you, that you are the rock amidst the chaos, her subconscious will whisper, "This is the man," not because of anything you said, but because you own yourself. Number 3, purpose before pleasure, the magnetic pull of mission. There is nothing more attractive to a woman than a man on a mission. A man who wakes up with purpose in his eyes and fire in his soul. Not for her, not for money, but for something greater. Women don't just want attention, they want direction. They want to be pulled into a man's world, not become his world. Stoicism teaches us that external things, including women, are not under our control. The only thing we own is our virtue, and virtue in modern terms is alignment with purpose. When you're focused on your craft, your fitness, your goals, your philosophy, she senses it, and suddenly you become rare. Not because you ignore her, but because you're too deeply rooted in your own life to orbit hers. Psychologically, this is known as pre-selection by value. A man who is in high demand by the world, by his mission, becomes more attractive, even if he's not actively trying. He triggers her deepest instinct. This man can lead. Here's the real secret. Don't make her the center of your life. Invite her to orbit your fire, but never let her become the flame. Your mission must come first, even if it means walking away. She'll either respect it or be turned on by it. Often, it's both. So next time you see her, don't show off. Speak about what you're building, what you're mastering. And if you have no mission, start one. Because no woman wants to be the prize of a man who hasn't earned his own self-worth. Be the mountain, not the breeze. Number 4, emotional mystery, the power of controlled vulnerability. Most men get this part completely wrong. They either act too hard, emotionless, robotic, or they overshare, hoping that being open makes them attractive. But here's the truth. Vulnerability isn't weakness when it's earned. When a man is deeply grounded in himself and then reveals a layer of emotion, it hits different. It feels real, and it drives women wild. Psychologically, this is called earned vulnerability. It's when a person who is typically composed chooses a moment to open up. That contrast creates intimacy, and Stoicism teaches us how to create this balance perfectly. Marcus Aurelius journaled his fears, losses, and hopes, but he didn't broadcast them. He processed in private so he could lead in public. You must do the same. Tell her a story, not of failure, but of growth. Speak of a pain, but end with how it shaped you. Let your eyes hold her gaze. Let silence linger after your words. It's in that pause when she'll feel it, the depth, the unseen layers of a man who has lived, suffered, learned, and who doesn't need validation for his story. This isn't about being emotionally dead. It's about being emotionally disciplined. She doesn't want all of you immediately. She wants to earn each layer. And when you let her in, slowly, intentionally, authentically, you'll own her attention like no one else ever has. Number 5, the Stoic Gaze, eye contact that speaks without words. The eyes are more than a window to the soul. They are a portal of power. The difference between casual attraction and deep, uncontrollable desire often lies in a single thing: eye contact. Most men glance, but a Stoic man holds, not to intimidate, but to witness. There's a psychological phenomenon known as the gaze effect. Prolonged mutual eye contact increases emotional connection, trust, and even arousal, but only when it's rooted in calm confidence. The Stoics believed in living fully in the present moment. When you hold her gaze, you're telling her, "You have my full presence." That alone is rare. Most people live in their heads, but you live in now. Here's how to master it. When she speaks, don't just listen to her words. Listen to her soul. Keep your gaze steady. Breathe slowly. Let your eyes say what words can't. I see you. This doesn't mean staring like a creep. It means being fully there. Women crave attention, yes, but what they really crave is presence. Your eyes should never wander, not to her body, not to your phone, nowhere. Focus is the new sexy, and when your eyes speak without words, calm, confident, and connected, you don't need to say anything else to turn her on. Conclusion: So now you know. You don't need tricks. You don't need lines. You don't even need to touch her. You need to master you. Because the most seductive man isn't the one who chases. It's the one who becomes unshakable. Silent confidence, emotional control, a purpose-driven life, earned vulnerability, and a gaze that melts souls. These are not just techniques. They're a way of being, a stoic way. And if you master them, you won't just turn her on. You'll change how every woman experiences you. You'll become the man they feel without words, the one they think about, even when you've walked away. So take this knowledge and apply it. Practice presence, refine your purpose, speak less, observe more, and above all, be the calm in the storm. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more powerful Stoic insights. Comment below, what was your favorite part? Which one will you try first? And remember, you don't chase women, you attract them by mastering yourself. Now go, be unforgettable.